Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. If you have a comment, email it to me, box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives, and become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. I do want to encourage you to check out our other podcasts. In particular, I'm highlighting the amazing world of radio at amazing.greatdetectives.net. Currently, we're presenting a series focusing on Raymond Massey's performances as Abraham Lincoln. Outside of the play and movie Abe Lincoln in Illinois, and it's just a really interesting way to look at Lincoln's life, as well as the way Massey was able to bring Abe Lincoln to radio. You can check those out, amazing.greatdetectives.net, along with all of our past series, including our Olivia de Havilland tribute, our tribute to Jack Webb and Kirk Douglas, as well as our summer series, Top Secret. You can check it out, amazing.greatdetectives.net. And then there's our World War II podcast over at thewar.greatdetectives.net. And then we have the video version of this podcast available at videotheater.greatdetectives.net. Well, now it's time for us to get into Dick Tracy. The original air date on today's episodes are April 13th and April 14th, 1938. And the title of the first episode is Who is the Purple Rider?
Calling all adventure fans. Calling all Dick Tracy fans, stand by. Here comes Dick Tracy now.
Yes, it's time for Dick Tracy in another electrically transcribed episode of his thrilling detective adventures, brought to you by Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice, the specially delicious, nourishing cereals that are shot from guns to give you trigger-fast food energy. Well, spring's on the way. Days getting longer. There's lots more time now for patrol activities and fun outdoors. And that means that you need lots of trigger-fast food energy to keep wide awake and fast on your feet, the way Dick Tracy wants you to be. Big guns. Hear them? Dozens of times every day, those special Quaker guns are actually loaded with sun-ripened grains of nourishing wheat and rice. Then these hard-to-digest little kernels of grain are exploded to 8 times their normal size. And that not only makes them look different and taste better than ordinary cereals, that special Quaker process makes puffed wheat and puffed rice specially easy to digest, so that you get trigger-fast food energy more quickly and easily. So have puffed wheat one morning, and then puffed rice the next, for a delightful variety. Look in the pantry now to see if you have any of those famous red and blue packages. And if not, ask Mother today to get you some Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice from the grocery that displays the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol headquarters sign. Dick Tracy has been trying to bring to justice the notorious outlaw of the great Northwest, Vernon Kyle. In our last episode, we heard how the mysterious Purple Rider had kidnapped one of Kyle's men. But Kyle and his men made good their threat to stop the dog sleds carrying loads of pitchblende from getting through to Peel River by causing a snowslide, just as the dog teams were passing through Dead Man's Pass. The mounted police were frantically trying to dig the men out. Pat Patton was the first to be discovered, and from his condition, it would seem that the rescuers may have arrived too late.
Tracy, is Patton, is he?
I don't know, McKean, I don't know. Keep your men at it, keep them digging. They've got to find those miners and save them if they can.
Dick.
Pat.
Dick.
Thank goodness you're alive.
Oh, it's cold.
Well, the boys have built a fire. I'll get you over to it.
Yeah, fire. Very close to the fire. Oh, I'm cold. So cold.
Well, not too close, Pat. You'll have to take it by easy stages. Come on now. There we are. Well, I was afraid it was all over with you, Pat.
Oh, I thought so too, Dick. How about the others?
They're digging for them, Pat.
Here's another one!
Good. Bring him over here to the fire, McKean.
Hard to carry. All right, lend a hand, boys. Okay. He's breathing, though. You'll pull out of it all right. God's been good to us tonight, Tracy.
Yes, we have much to be grateful for. Keep the boys at it, McKean.
They're doing the best they can, Tracy. They've dug through to the sleds, and it won't be long before they have all of them out. We arrived just in time, Tracy. A few minutes later, and it might have been all over with these men.
Let me get close to that fire, Dick.
All right, Pat, easy does it. Not too close.
Oh, gosh, Dick, it was awful. I thought we were finished when the snow caved in on us. It happened so fast. We couldn't run. We were trapped.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's one man who won't be so happy to see you survive this snowslide, and that's Vernon Kyle.
Do you think Kyle was behind all this?
I'm sure of it, Pat. That snowslide was timed too nicely. Having it happen just at the precise moment it did wasn't a coincidence, Pat. Tell me, did you hear sounds like explosives going off?
I'm not sure, but I think so. As I said, it all happened so fast.
Yes, exactly. Much faster than ordinary snowslide, because dynamite started it.
We've got to get Kyle for this, if for nothing else.
We'll get him. The Purple Rider doesn't get him first.
The Purple Rider? What are you talking about?
Well, the Purple Rider, Pat, is a man who seems to share our dislike for Kyle. A fellow, apparently, who's decided to take the law into his own hands. We had a note from him tonight saying that he was going to help us put Kyle out of the way.
What do you know about that? Have you any idea who the Purple Rider is, Dick?
No, Pat, I haven't. All I do know is that he's a man with a flair for showmanship, wears a purple hood, and goes in for a mystery atmosphere. But this much is certain. Whoever he is, we'll have to do what we can to stop him.
Stop him? But if he wants to help us, Dick...
I know. His intentions may be all right, Pat, but his methods are wrong. If we sanction what he's trying to do, we're sanctioning mob rule. Doesn't make any difference whether it's just one individual taking the law into his own hands or 20. No, Pat. Our job up here is twice as big now as it was before. We've got to bring Kyle to justice, and we've got to stop the Purple Rider as well.
Tracy. Always Tracy. Everywhere I turn, he's there. This is the last time that fellow's going to cross me.
Oh, now take it easy,
Shut up. I know what I'm doing. What's the matter with you guys, anyway? You put guys out of the way before. Why can't you take care of Tracy? His life isn't charmed. First one of you fools misses out on a good chance to put Tracy out of the way and lets Tracy shoot him through the window. Then there's this Purple Rider. Well, I know one thing. Tracy's behind that Purple Rider. And by the time I'm through, I'll know more. And now there's this dead man's past business. You made a mess of that, didn't you?
Oh, we tried.
Shut up, I said. All right. I know the sleds didn't get through, but that isn't enough. I wanted to get those miners. I wanted to teach them a lesson. Patton. I wanted Patton out of the way.
Well, can we help it if Tracy was told about the snowslide? Can we help it if the Mounties got there in time and dug those men out?
Snowslide? You call that a snowslide? They were able to dig Patton and the miners out in 15 minutes. You had enough dynamite to blow Dead Man's Pass and everything in it to the moon. Why didn't you do it?
Oh, we did the best we could.
The best, huh? Well, if that's your best, I better get me another gang. A gang that isn't scared at the sound of Dick Tracy's name.
Oh, now, boss.
Hand me my cigarette case out of my coat there.
Okay, boss, I'll get it.
Everything goes wrong, everything. I wanted to teach them miners they couldn't get away with using them dog sleds when I wanted them to use my plane.
Here's your cigarette case, boss.
Them miners get away with this, the next thing you know, they'll decide they don't want me for a partner anymore. With Tracy behind them, encouraging them to stand up and fight, they may get the idea they can win out against me. Well, if they do, they're crazy. I'll put the screws on. I'll show them what it means to...
Carl, what is it? What happened? Hey, you look pale.
My cigarette case. Look.
What's the matter with your cigarette case?
A note. A slip of paper pasted inside.
What do you know?
It says Baldy is gone. Another will follow him tonight. Expect me at 9 o'clock. And it's signed, The Purple Rider.
The Purple Rider?
Look, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, me too. I don't like that.
Here we are, all of you. I don't know how this note got inside my cigarette case, who put it there, or how he did it. But you can bet your boots it was put there by somebody who's human, just like the rest of us. There ain't nothing to be frightened about. You boys stick to me and...
Hey there. It's him. It's the Purple Rider.
Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Here we are, all of you. It's not 9 o'clock yet. It can't be the Purple Rider. Throw your guns.
I got mine.
Okay. Bill, open that door.
Me?
Yeah, you heard me. Open that door.
Sure.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Tracy.
It's Tracy. Holy mackerel. And I thought it was...
Who did you think it was?
Don't mind that. What are you doing here, Tracy? What do you want?
We've come to have a quiet little talk with you, Kyle. Sort of informal.
All right, Pat, I'll handle this. Kyle, I suppose you know why I'm here.
I don't know, and I don't care.
I'm here to warn you and to have a showdown.
Oh, it's very nice of you.
All right, save your sarcasm. Kyle, you're beginning to...
Now, wait a minute, Tracy.
You listen to me. I'll do the talking. Kyle, you've terrorized the miners long enough. You've extorted 50% of their profits, even though you didn't rate a penny. What's more, you've assumed that you can play fast and loose with radium, one of the rarest, most expensive, and most precious elements, an element which civilization needs. You're going to find that you made a serious mistake, and the day when you're going to make this rather shocking discovery is very close at hand.
Now, I'll tell one. If that's all you've got to say, Tracy, you can...
Dick, let me take a poke at that
No, take it easy, Pat. Now, Kyle, I've warned you. If you're wise, you'll heed that warning.
If I'm wise, huh? Well, you've done a lot of talking. Now, I'll tell you something. And get this, Greenhorn, and get it straight. You and me tangled once before. You happened to win out then, but that don't mean it'll happen again. I run this town, see? I've run it for a long time. And I'm not going to be forced out by a tenderfoot from the city, even if his name happens to be Dick Tracy. So you come here to warn me, huh? Listen, you hang around here much longer, Tracy. You keep pushing your face into things that ain't your business, and you might not get back to the big city alive.
Hey, do you hear what I hear, Dick?
And that goes for you, too, Patton. I owe you something special. I haven't forgotten that sock on the jaw. You caught me off my guard then.
Well, you're not off your guard now, so...
Easy, Pat, easy.
You heard him, Dick. He wants another chance.
All right, forget it.
Quite a scrap of that shadow of yours, Tracy. Maybe one of these days, him and me will have the pleasure of meeting private.
Any time at all, Kyle.
Tracy, you don't think you can scare me out, do you? And another thing, all this hocus pocus. If you think this Purple Rider bluff scares me, you're crazy. I know he's one of your men.
So, you think the Purple Rider is one of my men, do you?
Yeah, you're not kidding me. I don't know what you've done with Baldy, but you better see that he turns up real quick, alive and safe. And you better cut out sending me them notes.
Notes, huh? So you've been getting a few notes, too, have you?
Yeah, you know I have. Found this one in my cigarette case.
May I see it?
You don't have to see it. You wrote it. You came a little early tonight, Purple Rider. You said you wouldn't come until 9 o'clock.
I see. So now you think I'm the Purple Rider. A few seconds ago, he was supposed to be someone working for me. Well, for your information, Kyle, I'm not the Purple Rider, and I don't know who he is. But I do know this. He's out to get you, and he will if he isn't stopped. Which puts me in a peculiar position. I'm out to bring one man to justice, that's you, and to stop another, the Purple Rider, who's trying to do the job for me.
Stop him? I don't believe it.
I didn't suppose you would. The difference between the Purple Rider and me is that I'm out to get you in the name of the law, and the Purple Rider, whoever he is taking the law into his own hands. And his motive is revenge.
It's 9 o'clock now, Kyle.
Well, what of it?
The guy that calls himself the Purple Rider, he said he'd be here at 9. And he'd take one of us guys away with him.
I wouldn't worry about that. You're looking at the Purple Rider right now, and his name is Tracy.
How do you know he's the Purple Rider? Tracy just told you he was, and you ain't got no proof that he's...
Who kicked that door open? Who?
Jumping Jenny Wren, look! Standing there in the door.
Dick, look.
Yes, Pat. It's the Rider. The Purple Rider. And he's got the drop on us.
Who is the Purple Rider? And what will happen next? Can you guess? It's a puzzler. Now, all you wide-awake Dick Tracy fans are invited to attend our Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol meeting brought to you by Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice, the delicious, nourishing cereals that give you trigger-fast food energy because they're shot from guns. All right, Mr. President, we're ready.
The meeting will now come to order, and today we have great news for...
Whoa, Junior. Just a second here. Here comes the president of the National Girls Division of the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol.
Oh, hello, Miss Trueheart.
Hello, Junior and Mr. Quakerman.
Hello.
I just had to run out today and tell you all the good news.
Oh, great. What is it?
Well, we've been checking the new memberships in the Girls Division, and what do you think?
I don't know what.
The National Girls Division was only started 9 days ago, and already the girls' membership has more than doubled. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, I'll say.
Well, it certainly is, Miss Trueheart. Congratulations.
The girls are the ones to be congratulated, Mr. Quakerman. All the wide-awake girls who love fun and adventures, who stand for law and order, and who do things are joining and telling their friends to join.
All the regular fellas are joining the patrol, too. And it's swell to see them join and then be promoted to sergeant, then lieutenant, captain, and then to inspector general.
The girls are starting to win their promotions to the officers' ranks, too. We had a lot of applications this week. Dick and I are very proud of all our patrol members and the great work they're doing.
And you're just as proud when you're a patrol member, so don't miss another day of the fun. Join now and get your secret code book, your patrol pledge, and official badge all free. It's easy to join the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol or the National Girls Division. You just tear the tops off 2 packages of Quaker puffed wheat or Quaker puffed rice or one of both. Print your name and address clearly on a plain piece of paper, and if you're a boy, be sure to write boy at the top of the piece of paper, and if you're a girl, write Girls Division. And then mail it with your 2 box tops to Dick Tracy, Box L, Chicago. And then you're a full-fledged member of a great nationwide organization of hundreds of thousands of the finest, keenest boys and girls in the country. So look to see if there's some delicious, refreshing Quaker puffed wheat or Quaker puffed rice in your pantry now. They're the different, nourishing cereals that give you trigger-fast food energy like Dick Tracy has, because they're shot from guns. And if you don't see those famous red and blue packages there, ask Mother today to get you some Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice from the grocer right away.
Calling all adventure fans, calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by for another exciting electrically transcribed Dick Tracy adventure tomorrow at this same time. There goes Dick Tracy now. That is all. Calling all adventure fans, calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by. Here comes Dick Tracy now.
Dick Tracy, that fearless detective you read about in your daily paper, is with us again in another thrilling, electrically transcribed adventure brought to you by Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice. Those 2 delicious, ready-to-eat cereals that are shot from guns to give you lots of trigger-fast food energy. That's the sound you hear when the big Quaker guns are making puffed wheat and puffed rice. By this special Quaker process, the hard little kernels of sun-ripened wheat and rice are exploded into plump, crisp, delicious Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice, 8 times the original size. That's why they look and taste so different from ordinary cereals, and why they're so specially good for you. All the tiny, hard-to-digest food cells are exploded, unlocked, so that you get their quick energy much more easily. So to get lots of trigger-fast energy, to help make you quick-thinking and quick-acting like Dick Tracy wants you to be, have a big dish of delicious, refreshing puffed wheat one day, and then puffed rice the next. Look in the pantry right now to make sure Mother has some of those famous red and blue packages there. And if you don't see any, ask her to get some of each for you right away from the grocer displaying the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol headquarters sign. And now for Dick Tracy. In our last episode, we heard how Pat and the miners who were dog sledding to Peel River were rescued from the snowslide which buried them, a snowslide caused by Vernon Kyle. After rescuing Pat and the others, Tracy went to Kyle's headquarters to have a showdown with the outlaw. But before Tracy arrived, Kyle received a note from a man calling himself the Purple Rider and threatening to appear at 9 o'clock that evening. Promptly on the stroke of 9, the door of Kyle's headquarters was kicked open, and there stood the Purple Rider. Listen.
Dick, look. Yes, Pat, it's the Rider, the Purple Rider, and he's got the drop on us.
Yes, Tracy, I've got the drop on you. 2 guns, my friends, and they'll go to work if any one of you makes one wrong move.
Tracy, I didn't believe you when you said you weren't the Purple Rider. I see I was wrong.
Well, there are lots of other things you're wrong about, Kyle.
Tracy, you have something there. So, Vernon Kyle, you fool, you thought Tracy was the Purple Rider.
Where's Baldy? What'd you do with him?
I told you in my last note you'd never see Baldy again. You never will. And that note you found in your cigarette case. I told you I'd be here promptly at 9 tonight, and that I'd take another of your men with me. It's exactly 9 o'clock, Vernon Kyle.
Who are you? Take off that purple hood.
Never mind who I am. All you need to know is that I'm not a friend of yours. You'd know me, Vernon Kyle, if you could see my face. We've met before.
What are you going to do? What do you want?
Vernon Kyle, I want to see you tortured as you tortured others. I'm going to make you pay. Pay separately for every sin you've committed against mankind. First, I'm going to deprive you of your men, one by one. I'm going to remove this gang that's done your dirty work for you and protected you. One by one, Vernon Kyle, I shall take them with me. Then, Vernon Kyle, when you're all alone, I shall come for you. You can't stop me, and you can't escape me, and you can't harm me. I can see you're a little worried, Kyle. Don't try that, Mr. Tracy.
You're pretty sharp, Purple Rider. Thought I saw my chance.
I intend no harm to you, Tracy.
Yes, I know. You implied as much in your note. I appreciate your motives. I'm grateful for the fact that you're trying to help me. But you're not going about it the right way. You've taken the law into your own hands, and I can't permit that.
You have no choice, Mr. Tracy.
Perhaps not. But you might as well know now that I'm going to do all in my power to stop you.
You must do your duty as you see it, Mr. Tracy. And I have my duty as I see it. I'm going to rid the world of such people as Vernon Kyle and his outlaws. I said that people. I meant Vernon. The world will be a better place without him, and you must agree to that, Mr. Tracy.
Yes, I know, but...
Then we have no quarrel that I can see. We both agree that Vernon Kyle and his men must be put out of the way. We only disagree in the manner of doing it.
You can't get away with this. Whoever you are, I'll get you for it.
Stop blustering, Kyle. You. What's your name?
Me?
Yes, you.
Everybody calls me Bill.
Well, Bill, how would you like to go where Baldy went to?
Where did Baldy go to?
You'll find out, Bill. And now, you're coming with me.
No, listen. For the love of Pete, be reasonable.
Bill, I can name many occasions when someone begged you for mercy. You didn't give it. Someone who wanted to go on living as much as you do, but whose life served a better and more useful purpose. Say goodbye to your friends. You'll never see them again.
You men, stop him. Don't let him get away with this.
We'll see you lift your hand to stop him.
Nor will you. You men, take a look at Kyle now. Take a good look at the man you've been working for, and you'll begin to see Mr. Kyle in his real colors. Rather a bright yellow, I'd call it. All right, Bill, move.
Listen,
Move!
Yeah, sure.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I will call again very soon, Vernon Kyle, for another of your men. Farewell. Farewell.
Look out, Pat. Let me go after him.
Don't be a fool, Dick. And surely get
Get out of my way, Pat. Too late now. He's gone. Well, Kyle, you don't look very comfortable.
It's all a trick scheme to frighten me away. Well, you won't get away with it, either of you. A lot of hocus-pocus, and you know it. I'll get that Purple Rider before he gets me. Mark my words, Tracy. I'll get him before he gets me.
I wouldn't be too sure of that, Kyle.
Any word from Bill or Baldy yet, Kyle?
No, not yet.
Looks like the Purple Rider meant what he said, all right. We'll never see him again. Baldy or Bill. Who do you think will be next?
Stop that kind of talk. I tell you, Tracy's behind that Purple Rider trying to scare us into leaving town. Well, he's going to find out we don't scare that easy.
What are you going to do?
Tracy thinks he's got me buffaloed. Well, we'll see about that. He's having this Purple Rider pick us off one by one. We won't just sit around waiting to be picked off. Maybe we'll do some picking off ourselves.
You mean you're going to...
If Tracy can send someone around to capture people, so can I. Capturing Tracy may be too great a risk. Besides, he don't scare easy. He may have an iron nerve, but there's one thing he wouldn't be able to hold out against. And that's the kid.
No, I don't
Junior.
get you, boss.
Well, suppose we were to get hold of that kid, huh? Grab him while Tracy wasn't around. How do you suppose Tracy would feel then? What do you think he'd do?
Gee, I don't know, boss.
Well, I'll tell you. Tracy's crazy about that kid. If we held the kid where Tracy couldn't get to him, he'd do anything we wanted him to do. We'd be able to twist Tracy around a little finger. And that's just what we're going to do. And listen to me.
Yeah, go on, Vern.
You know that hideout up in the hills about 3 miles?
You mean the one on the edge of the precipice?
Yeah, that's the one. You're going to get hold of that kid, Junior, and take him up there. And you're going to keep him there till I tell you what to do with him.
Sure, but how are we going to get a hold of that kid?
That's simple. Every afternoon, Captain McKeon takes that kid out riding. I know, because I've seen them together lots of times. Well, now, this is what you're going to do.
Oh, gee, Captain McKean, it certainly is great up here in the mountains.
Yeah, isn't it, though? Junior, the man who first saw this and said it was God's country, knew what he was talking about. He must have been a city man who came up here and saw these hills and the open prairies and compared them with what he had come from. Why, you can breathe out here.
Well, there are lots of things about the city I like, too.
Oh, yes, I suppose there are things a fella can like there, but... Here, look off down there. What a view, huh? The whole town of Pitchblende lying before you.
Yeah. Those are the pitchblende deposits over there, aren't they, Captain?
Yeah, that's right.
Say, tell me, Captain McKean, who first discovered radium?
Well, as near as I know, it was first discovered by a Polish scientist, a woman named Curie, Madame Curie. Well, she and her husband worked years searching for radium, and they finally discovered it in the substance called pitchblende. Well, they discovered another substance in pitchblende, too, but you don't hear much about it, and yet it's just as important and just as rare.
Well, what is that, Captain?
Oh, it's a substance called polonium. Madame Curie called it that after her native land, Poland.
Oh.
Yeah, there was a woman for you, Junior. Probably one of the greatest that ever lived. She and her husband worked night and day for many years before they isolated radium, as they called it.
Gee, they must have made lots of money with their discovery.
No, they didn't. They gave their discovery to the world, Junior, and didn't ask a penny in return. They felt that radium was too important for the world's happiness to be used just for personal profit. And that's the real scientific spirit, you know.
That's the kind of spirit Vernon Kyle and his men haven't got.
Yeah, Kyle thinks radium was brought into the world for his own special benefit.
Yeah.
He thinks he can turn it into a personal racket. But he'll find out he can't get away with it. Well, youngster, the sun's going down. I think we'd better start back, Tracy will start to wonder what's happened to us if we don't.
Okay. I'll race you to the foot of the hill.
No, you won't. You're getting to be a good rider, but you're not that good. Now, you wait a while before you try and gallop a horse downhill.
Well, I remember what you told me about riding a horse downhill. To lean back and throw my weight against his haunches so he won't trip or stumble.
That's right, but you'll have to get more accustomed to the saddle before you try that at a gallop. Why, I remember when I was a boy about your age,
Say, Captain, what was that?
Sounded like shooting. Why, it is shooting.
Gosh!
There's trouble over there, Junior. I've got to see what it is.
I'll come with you, Captain.
No, wait here. There's shooting going on, and I don't want anything to happen to you.
But, Captain, I'll be all right.
You stay here. Dick Tracy would skin me alive if he knew I exposed you to danger.
Oh, all
I'll
right.
be back in a moment. Come on, get up. Come on.
Gee, the way Captain McKean and Dick treat me, you'd think I was a kid or something. Gee, I wonder what's going on over there. I wonder who these men on horseback are. They're coming over here.
You're Dick Tracy, Jr., ain't you?
Yeah, what about it?
All right, boys, bring him along.
Okay.
Hey, now, wait a minute. What's the idea,
You'll
fellas?
find out, kid. You'll find out. Just come quiet, that's all.
Say, listen, what do you think you're trying to do,
Are you going to be tough, huh? Well, I'll soon change that.
All right, come on, are you? You're not going to take me without a fight. Come on.
I got him, boys.
We got his arms. Grab him, the rest of you. Come on now.
You won't keep me long. Not when Dick finds out
All
about
right,
this.
boys, all right. Let's get going. That Mountie will be back any minute. Anyway, we've got what we came for.
Come on, girl. Look on.
With Junior captured by Vernon Kyle and his gang, the situation indeed has become desperate. What will be Tracy's next move? And by the way, do you know who the Purple Rider really is? Now, you see if you can figure it out. And now, fellows and girls, you're all invited to attend our Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol meeting, brought to you by Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice, those specially delicious cereals that are shot from guns to give you trigger-fast food energy. And Pat Patton is acting president today in Junior's absence.
The meeting will come to order. And today, Dick Tracy has a special assignment for you patrol members.
I'll read it to you. Listen. To all members of the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol and of the National Girls Division, on this day, April 14th, 1938, you are officially appointed to the rank of Patrol Safety Officer. In that capacity, you are to use your influence to promote safety among the boys and girls in your neighborhood. To do this, first, set a good example yourself by obeying traffic lights, by not playing in streets, alleys, roads, or other thoroughfares, and by looking both ways carefully before you cross the street. Second, caution other fellows and girls who endanger their lives by playing in the streets or by being careless at crossings. This is a definite and important patrol activity to which you are now officially assigned Dick Tracy, Commander-in-Chief.
So wear your official members or officers badge to show that you're a duly appointed safety patrol officer.
And if you haven't got the official Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol badge yet, join now. It's easy. You just send 2 Quaker Puffed Wheat or Quaker Puffed Rice box tops with your name and address printed on a plain piece of paper to Dick Tracy, Box L, Chicago. If you're a boy, be sure to write the word boy at the top of the page. And if you're a girl, write Girls Division and mail it with your 2 box tops to Dick Tracy, Box L, Chicago.
Then Dick sends you your official badge, your secret code book, and patrol pledge.
And at the same time, you're getting lots of trigger-fast food energy every day from your swell breakfasts of Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice, because those 2 different delicious cereals are shot from guns. So ask Mother now to get you some Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice at the grocer's right away.
Calling all adventure fans, calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by for another exciting electrically transcribed Dick Tracy adventure tomorrow at the same time. There goes Dick Tracy now. That is all.
Welcome back. Well, quite a few things to talk about in this episode. I did find it funny that the Purple Rider showed up and threatened to take Vernon Kyle's gang away after Vernon Kyle had basically said his gang was incompetent and that he was going to replace them. So, problem solved. And actually, the first part of Vernon Kyle's rant, it's probably the first time listening to this series that it called to mind Al Pacino's rant in Dick Tracy, the 1990 movie where he played Big Boy. Of course, I think Pacino dialed that up several levels, but it was still an interesting reminder. You do also hear the morals of Dick Tracy and just how steadfast he is that Vernon Kyle needs to be dealt with legally and not with some vigilante taking the law into his own hands. Which I think is just an illustration of another way where Dick Tracy was, trying to teach the kids listening at home good citizenship. We also got to hear from Tess Trueheart in the after show segment, which I really liked at least having her show up, because she's not really been in these radio episodes that much. They also worked in some educational content in the second episode with, Junior essentially saying to the captain, could you go ahead and provide some lessons to me and to the kids at home about radium and its discovery and uses? So, managed to work that in along with the Junior getting kidnapped plot. And, even though we have missed, a few episodes in here, this is at least twice we know about in a couple of months that Junior's been kidnapped. And I think it's safe to say, just even by what I've read of the comics and heard about them, that Junior is kind of a designated kidnap victim. And I also appreciated that they had Pat Patton presiding over the meeting, so that they managed to keep the troll meeting consistent with the plot of the episode. Alright, well, some listener comments and feedback now, and received this note from Joan, who says, "Hi Adam, I hope you and Andrea are well as I am and safe. I've been wondering if the fire has been staying far enough away from your area, and if the smoke has not been bothering you either. Here in southern Ontario, we've had some of the smoke as far away past Toronto, which is 60 miles or more east of me. The smoke is in the upper sky and has not touched down to the ground level. I truly hope these fires have not come too close to your area. These fires are simply terrible. Be safe from them and this terrible virus too. Regards from your friend from Southern Ontario, Joan. Well, thank you so much, Joan. And for listeners who are wondering, we've mostly been fortunate. There's been smoke in the upper atmosphere, haze, a little bit of ash, but not a whole lot. Certainly those who are in Washington, Oregon, California, and much closer to the fires have had it much more challenging than we have. We have had some air quality issues, and we've been trying to take precautions. The cat doesn't understand why he can't stay out all day in his catio. But other than that, I think we've been doing all right here. But thank you so much for asking, Joan, and I hope that you and everyone else out there who is endangered by the fires, stay safe, and from everything else in 2020 that's trying to get us all. Thank you so much for your note, and I do want to go ahead and thank our Patreon supporter of the day. Thank you to Jan, Patreon supporter since December, currently supporting us at the Shamus level of $4 or more per month. Thank you so much for your support. And that will do it for today. Join us back here tomorrow for The Man Called X, and we'll be back next Tuesday with another episode of Dick Tracy. Oh, and remember, coming up on Saturday, we'll be getting into T-Man. In the meantime, send your comments to box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and become one of our friends on Facebook, facebook.com/Radio Detectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.